Ladies and gentlemen, there is a force in the universe that is often overlooked, yet it holds the power to transform lives, reshape destinies, and unlock the extraordinary potential within each of us. This force is not something you can see or touch, but you can feel it deep within your soul in the quiet moments when the world seems to stand still. It's an energy shift, a subtle yet profound change in the way you perceive yourself, your circumstances, and the world around you. This energy shift is the key to unlocking a life of purpose, passion, and limitless possibilities. Imagine for a moment that you are standing at the edge of a vast ocean. The waves crash against the shore, each one carrying with it the potential for change. Some waves are small, barely noticeable, while others are powerful enough to reshape the coastline. This is how energy works in our lives. Every thought, every action, every decision creates a ripple effect, influencing not only our own lives, but the lives of those around us. The most powerful energy shift you've never heard of is the moment you realize that you have the power to control those ripples, to direct the flow of energy in your life, and to create the reality you desire. This energy shift begins with awareness. It starts when you recognize that the world you see is a reflection of the energy you emit. If you feel stuck, overwhelmed, or disconnected, it's not because the universe is against you, it's because your energy is out of alignment. You've been operating on autopilot, reacting to circumstances rather than creating them. But the moment you take responsibility for your energy, everything changes. You realize that you are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the creator of your reality. Ladies and gentlemen, this energy shift is not about positive thinking or wishful dreaming. It's about a fundamental change in the way you approach life. It's about shifting from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance, from fear to love, from doubt to faith. It's about recognizing that you are not separate from the universe, you are a part of it, and the energy that flows through the cosmos flows through you as well. When you align yourself with this energy, you tap into a source of power that is greater than anything you've ever known. The most powerful energy shift you've never heard of is the shift from external validation to internal alignment. For most of your life, you've been taught to seek approval from others, to measure your worth by your achievements, your possessions, or the opinions of those around you. But true power comes from within. It comes from knowing who you are, what you stand for, and what you are capable of. When you stop seeking validation from the outside world and start aligning with your inner truth, you become unstoppable. Ladies and gentlemen, this energy shift is not something that happens overnight. It's a journey, a process of peeling back the layers of conditioning and rediscovering the essence of who you are. It requires courage, commitment, and a willingness to let go of the beliefs and habits that no longer serve you. But the rewards are immeasurable. When you make this shift, you step into your power. You become the author of your own story, the master of your own destiny. One of the most profound aspects of this energy shift is the way it transforms your relationships. When you align with your inner truth, you attract people who resonate with your energy. You no longer settle for relationships that drain you or diminish your light. Instead, you surround yourself with people who uplift you, inspire you, and support your growth. Your relationships become a reflection of your inner harmony, and together you create a ripple effect of positive change in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, this energy shift also has the power to transform your health and well-being. When you align with your energy, become more attuned to the needs of your body, mind, and spirit. You make choices that nourish and sustain you rather than deplete you. You release the stress, anxiety, and negativity that have been weighing you down, and you step into a state of balance and vitality. Your energy becomes a source of healing, not just for yourself, but for those around you. But perhaps the most exciting aspect of this energy shift is the way it unlocks your creativity and potential. When you align with your inner energy, you tap into a wellspring of inspiration and innovation. You see opportunities where others see obstacles. You find solutions where others see problems. You become a magnet for success, not because you're chasing it, but because you're aligned with the energy of creation itself. Ladies and gentlemen, this energy shift is not just about personal transformation, it's about collective evolution. When you align with your inner energy, you become a beacon of light in the world. Your energy ripples out, touching the lives of everyone you encounter. You inspire others to awaken to their own power, to make their own energy shift, and to create a world that is more loving, compassionate, and harmonious. The most powerful energy shift you've never heard of is the shift from separation to unity. It's the realization that we are all connected, that we are all part of the same cosmic energy. When you make this shift, you no longer see yourself as separate from others or from the world around you. You see yourself as an integral part of the whole, and you recognize that your actions have a profound impact on the collective energy of humanity. Ladies and gentlemen, this energy shift is not just a theory or a philosophy, it's a practice. It's something you can cultivate every day through mindfulness, meditation, and conscious living. It's about being present in each moment, listening to your inner guidance, and making choices that align with your highest truth. It's about letting go of the past, releasing fear of the future, and embracing the power of now. As you embark on this journey of energy shifting, remember that you are not alone. The universe is conspiring in your favor, guiding you, supporting you, and cheering you on. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow. Every setback is a lesson, and every moment is a chance to align with your inner power. Ladies and gentlemen, the most powerful energy shift you've never heard of is the shift from fear to love. Fear is the energy of contraction, of limitation, of separation. Love is the energy of expansion, of possibility, of unity. When you make this shift, you step into a new way of being that is rooted in love, compassion, and connection. You become a force for good in the world, a catalyst for positive change, and a living embodiment of the power of energy shifting. So as you go forward from this moment, I invite you to embrace this energy shift, to take responsibility for your energy, to align with your inner truth, and to create the life you were meant to live. Remember, you are not a drop in the ocean, you are the entire ocean in a drop. You are a powerful, radiant being capable of creating miracles. Ladies and gentlemen, the world is waiting for your light. It's waiting for your energy, your passion, and your vision. Don't wait for the perfect moment, create it. The most powerful energy shift you've never heard of is here, and it's calling your name. Seize it, embrace it, and let it guide you to a life of purpose, passion, and limitless possibilities. Ladies and gentlemen, as we continue to explore the most powerful energy shift you've never heard of, let's delve deeper into the concept of vibration. Everything in the universe is made up of energy, and that energy vibrates at different frequencies. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions all have a vibrational frequency, and that frequency determines the reality you experience. The most powerful energy shift is the moment you realize that you have the power to raise your vibration and align with the frequency of your desires. Think about it. When you're feeling joyful, inspired, and aligned, you're vibrating at a high frequency. You attract positive experiences, opportunities, and people into your life, but when you're feeling stuck, frustrated, or disconnected, you're vibrating at a lower frequency. You attract more of the same, more challenges, more obstacles, more negativity. The key to creating the life you want is to raise your vibration and align with the energy of your highest potential. Ladies and gentlemen, this energy shift is not about denying or suppressing your emotions. It's about acknowledging them, understanding them, and then choosing to shift your focus. It's about recognizing that you are not your emotions, you are the observer of your emotions. And as the observer, you have the power to choose which emotions you want to amplify and which ones you want to release. One of the most effective ways to raise your vibration is through gratitude. Gratitude is a high vibration emotion that instantly shifts your energy and aligns you with the frequency of abundance. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you attract more things to be grateful for. It's a simple yet profound practice that can transform your life in an instant. Ladies and gentlemen, another powerful way to raise your vibration is through acts of kindness and compassion. When you give to others, whether it's your time, your energy, or your resources, you raise your vibration and create a ripple effect of positive energy. Kindness is a universal language that transcends boundaries and connects us all. It's a reminder that we are all part of the same cosmic energy, and that what we give to others, we ultimately give to ourselves. Ladies and gentlemen, the most powerful energy shift you've never heard of is the shift from resistance to flow. Resistance is the energy of struggle, of pushing against the current. Flow is the energy of ease, of allowing, of trusting. When you make this shift, you stop fighting against life and start flowing with it. You recognize that the universe is always working in your favor, even when it doesn't seem like it. You learn to trust the process, to surrender to the journey, and to embrace the beauty of the unknown. This energy shift is not about giving up or being passive. It's about taking inspired action from a place of alignment. It's about listening to your intuition, following your heart, and trusting that the universe will guide you to where you need to be. When you flow with life, you become a co-creator of your reality, working in harmony with the energy of the universe to manifest your dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, the most powerful energy shift you've never heard of is the shift from fear to love. Fear is the energy of contraction, of limitation, of separation. Love is the energy of expansion, of possibility, of unity. When you make this shift, you step into a new way of being that is rooted in love, compassion, and connection. You become a force for good in the world, a catalyst for positive change, and a living embodiment of the power of energy shifting. So as you go forward from this moment, I invite you to embrace this energy shift, to take responsibility for your energy, to align with your inner truth, and to create the life you were meant to live. Remember, you are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. You are a powerful, radiant being capable of creating miracles. Ladies and gentlemen, the world is waiting for your light. It's waiting for your energy, your passion, and your vision. Don't wait for the perfect moment created. The most powerful energy shift you've never heard of is here, and it's calling your name. Seize it. Embrace it. And let it guide you to a life of purpose, passion, and limitless possibilities.